Good morning, how you guys doing? It's Mike and I'm back with the thought of the day on February 16th, 2023. First, I want to give praise and honor to the Elohim of Israel for waking me up today and giving me the strength to bring you this message. Today, I have a real serious topic to talk about. Um, and it's been something that's been touching on my spirit for a while now. And that's the deadly violence that's going on against the women in our community. The deadly violence that's going on against the women in our community. It's rare now that I go on YouTube or I go on the internet or even on my social media platform that I don't see an article about some man or husband that ended up killing his girlfriend or his wife or the mother of his child. And this is something in our community that I never seen before. This just array and the amount of deaths that are happening. It seemed like ever since the situation in 2020, we've taken on a demonic spirit in terms of actually killing women. Now, it has been things of domestic violence in the past, and I'm not condoning that. My prayers goes out to anybody that was a victim of domestic violence. But this new thing that's going on right now is something that I have never seen, and it's just ridiculous right now. And there's several reasons that I think that this thing might be going on, and we're going to talk about a few of them, and it's just my opinion, so it is what it is. First of all, I want to look at the men because the men are regarded as the head. The relationship is going to go as he leads. And I think one thing is a lot of the men, we don't have the Elohim in our life. We don't have God in our life, the fear of God that's really, and we're not following Christ and not submitting to Christ. And with us not submitting to Christ, we carry around a certain spirit that's going to be ready to attack and not be able to handle the emotional woman when she comes with her issues. It might be yelling or things of that nature. We're not going to be in that spirit to be able to handle it because we're not living in the and operating in the spirit of Christ. I think there's a substance abuse situation that's going on in our community, whether it's alcohol or it's drugs. Right now, the opiate thing is getting out of control, and I know that those type of drugs, whether you're on them or off them while using, it brings a lot of anger, it brings a lot of rage, and a lot of the young guys that be drinking and doing that stuff even tell you that they be on demon time. So I know that that plays a lot in the situation. Another part of this is that a lot of us were raised by single women and we took on their attributes in terms of being emotional. So now you got this guy that can't handle his emotions, and then he already has testosterone in him, and you add all that together, and then it rages out into violence. And it's a lot of that stuff that's going on, man. And it's sad to see a guy shoot his wife and then maybe kill the kids or sometimes even turn the gun on himself. Right now, we need a lot of praying because it's a demonic spirit that's going on in our community right now. So the solutions that I think should get into place, the solutions, because I'm all about always trying to give us solutions. A lot of people just come on there and talk about the problems that we go through, but never give any solutions. The first solution is find you a relationship with the Most High, man. And really submit yourself to Him. Submit yourself to Christ. And then most likely, if that woman you're dealing with is a God-fearing woman, she'll submit herself to you. If not, then she's going to flee. Secondly, find you a therapist or somebody you could talk to outside of your home, because in our community we dealt with a lot of trauma, a lot of trauma. Third, find out who we are. Read, do the history, see how the curses have impacted our lives. Read about our women, understand why they act the way that they act. Understand that it's always going to be a conflict because you think logically and she thinks emotionally. So you can see something that's going on and you like, why you can't understand this? And her answer is going to be, why you can't feel what I feel? And it's always going to be some type of conflict. So you got to understand the type of creature that you're dealing with. And that's just what it is. But that comes from education. Find you a church that really teaches you about the role of the man and the woman. The next thing is start courting again. Going out, really sitting down, really getting to know each other. Don't do it physical first, because that's where we got to get in a lot of our troubles at. We start off with the physical part of the relationship, and if it's good enough for either party, then we want to pursue everything else. But now we done already attached ourselves emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So now it's the up and down roller coaster of feelings and emotions involved, and you don't even really know each other. When you sit down at that dinner table, I know I sat down at the dinner table a lot of times, and I listened to what the person was saying, and they already told me that they was crazy. But I was so focused in trying to get to the physical aspect of it, or I thought that what she did to other guys wasn't going to happen to me, that I was somebody special, and I looked past all that. And then when something happens, I look back and say, she told me that this was going to happen. But we be so quick to want to get to the physical part that we don't be paying. We listen to what they telling us, but we ignore the signs early on. It be right there in front of our face, and we ignore the signs. I also think the gender war thing has a lot to do with this, because they're teaching the women to want to be independent, and the men, a lot of men can't handle this type of situation, and getting caught up in this facade of wanting to be what the world wants you to be. You don't have to go down that road, fellas. Don't have to go down that road. Find a relationship with the Most High, and don't compare yourself or try to keep up with what's going on in this world, because the world is not the world of the Most High. It's the world of Satan, and it's going to take you down. But we have to do better, because I never in my life thought that I'd see a time where every day I go on YouTube, or I go on the internet, or I go on my social media, a man has killed a woman. Come on, guys, we got to do better. I know we're living in the last days and scary times, but we got to do better with the violence against the women. This is Brother Mike. Enjoy your day. Shalom.